3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon. I'd like to call to order the October 14th, 2021 meeting of the Brisbane Planning Commission. This virtual meeting is compliant with the Governor's Executive Order N-08-21 issued on June 11th, 2021, allowing for the deviation of teleconference rules required by the Brown Act. Consistent with the order, this virtual meeting provides a safe environment for staff, planning commissioners, and the public while allowing for public participation. The Planning Commission meeting is being broadcasted on Comcast Channel 27 and the city's YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/BrisbaneCA. The agenda materials may be viewed online at www.brisbaneca.org/meetings. I also think that information is being displayed currently. Do we have any written comments submitted in advance of the meeting?
Not that I'm aware of.
I have received no comments.
For those who did not provide written comments, a call-in telephone number was provided on the agenda, which can be viewed online at www.brisbaneca.org/meetings. The phone number and instructions will also be provided during the meeting. Participants in the Zoom webinar may make their comments through Zoom. Please note that Zoom participants will only be able to address the commission verbally. I will announce time limits for public comment during that particular item. Staff, can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Funke,
Present.
Commissioner Gomez,
Here.
Commissioner Patel.
Here.
The record show Commissioners Gooding and Sayasan are absent.
Can we have a motion to adopt the agenda?
I make a motion to adopt said agenda, Chairman Patel.
I'll second.
Can we have a voice vote, please?
Commissioner Funke,
Aye.
Commissioner Gomez,
Aye.
Commissioner Patel.
Aye. The vote passes with 3 ayes. So moving on to the consent calendars. Are there any members of the public or any commissioner that would like to pull an item from the consent calendar? Staff will post the text and call number on the screen. And if anyone wants to participate in this, please call in, or if any of the commissioners want to, just raise your hand on the participant screen.
We have 15 seconds left. Okay, time has expired.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to adopt the consent calendar?
I make a motion that we adopt the consent calendar.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Staff, can we have a voice vote?
Commissioner Funke,
Aye.
Commissioner Gomez,
Aye.
Commissioner Patel.
Aye. The vote passes with 3 ayes. Oral comments on items not on the agenda can be called in by calling the teleconference number in the next 1 minute or made by participants in the Zoom webinar. Staff has displayed the call-in number on the screen, and any Zoom meeting participants can raise their hand to indicate to staff that they would like to address the commission. Can we set a timer?
Sorry, what's the time duration on this? 2 minutes?
It's for 1 minute.
1 minute.
Sorry. Yep.
Yeah, we have about 30 seconds left.
So while that 30 seconds is going, we've already acknowledged that we have no written communications.
You got 5 seconds left. Okay, time has expired.
Okay, so moving on to new and old business. Today, I think we have 2 items on our agenda. The first being, sorry, I'm just pulling, I have it up here. Public hearing related to 3435 Bayshore Boulevard interim use permit 2021-UP-2. Staff, can we have the presentation?
Yes, thank you. And I'll do a quick share screen here. Do you see the image okay?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, an interim use permit is requested for the continued operation of Mission Blue Nursery at 3435 Bayshore Boulevard. The nursery has been in operation since 2005, and the request is to allow the nursery to continue for 5 more years. The site is located within the southwestern portion of the Baylands sub-area of the general plan, north of the Brisbane Fire Station and east of Bayshore Boulevard. It's accessed from a paved driveway from Bayshore Boulevard that runs behind the fire station. And that's shown on the very bottom edge of the screen is the fire station, and the site is actually at the very bottom corner here. No modifications are proposed for the continuation of the use. The nursery facility consists of a 40 by 100 foot wood-framed greenhouse roofed with fiberglass panels and shade cloth and is open on the sides. As described in the staff report, Mission Blue Nursery is operated by the Friends of San Bruno Mountain, a nonprofit. The facility specializes in native plants and utilizes seed stock and cuttings from San Bruno Mountain as plant source for use in habitat restoration projects. The primary clients are habitat restoration contractors, although the facility also sells to some retail clients. The nursery is operated by volunteers, and access to the facility is by appointment, with the exception of an occasional special event for plant sales. The facility maintains automatic irrigation, and typically a volunteer is present several hours per week to care for the plants. Occasionally, a larger number of volunteers may be present for work days or special projects. To approve the use permit, the Planning Commission must make several findings, and those were outlined in the agenda report. I won't repeat all those here, but except to say that the use would meet all of the findings for approval. Note that staff has routed the application to the various city departments, as well as county environmental health and the water board, and no concerns were raised by any departments. In closing, staff recommends that the Planning Commission approve interim use permit 2021 UP2, the adoption of the resolution containing the findings and conditions of approval. Happy to take any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. Commissioner Funke, do you have any questions of staff?
Just out of curiosity, I think it should be continued, but is it always in 5-year increments? Is that the way the permits are extended?
Yes, essentially the interim use permit requirements allow for a maximum of 5 years at a time. And so that's all that, under the current rules, that's all that could be approved in terms of duration. And this is specific to the Baylands, uses on the Baylands.
I see. And then I had one other question just out of curiosity. Are there any other businesses or organizations that have in Brisbane that have similar permits apart from San Bruno Mountain Watch?
There are a handful of other permits that Well, we've done various ones over the years, and there's another one actually coming up for renewal that you'll see very soon, probably in the next meeting.
I don't need a spoiler or anything. It's
Yeah,
fine.
we won't get into that. It's not agendized here.
Okay.
But yes, there are some others.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That's all I wanted to know.
Commissioner Gomez, do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
It could be, Ken, I just wanted to make sure it could be anywhere from 1 to 5 years, right? So is the one that's coming up one that we did for a shorter amount of time than 5 years?
That is correct. And
Okay.
the duration is up to 5 years. So the Planning Commission can set a duration that's shorter if it sees fit. But generally 5 years.
Commissioner Funke, do you have any follow-up questions?
Just to, if I remember correctly from the background materials, if the city does determine that it has another emergent use for that, then it can be revoked or something like that. Is that what I understood?
That's correct. Essentially, the idea was that these interim uses would be pending future development of the Baylands, and so it's written in essentially conditions that any of these interim uses can be ceased before the deadline otherwise would be, but we wouldn't expect that in this site. It's so yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Commissioner
thank you.
Gomez? Commissioner Gomez, any follow-up?
I have some comments around the benefits of this site, but I don't know if this is an appropriate time for that.
I mean, if you have questions around that, but I mean, I think we're gonna have to do a discussion after we open it up for public comment and stuff.
Yep. Let's hold my comments for then. Thank you.
Sounds good. I have no questions. Seeing no further questions from the commissioners, can we open it up for public comment? Does anyone want to make a public comment? Sorry, there's two things that could happen right now, actually. Sorry. Does the applicant want to make any comments or presentations?
I think he is here.
Yes, I am. This is Eric Aronson with Baylands Development. We have no additional comments beyond what Ken presented, but thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Having heard from the applicant, can we open it up for public comment?
Through the chair, what's our normal time frame for opening the public comment?
I have a minute down.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Actually, 2 minutes.
Is it 2 minutes?
Yes.
Sorry, the cheat sheet. I'll make that correction on my cheat sheet.
right, 10 seconds. Okay, time's expired.
Having no indication that the public would like to make any comments on this, I'd close public comments and open this up for discussion amongst the commissioner. Commissioner Gomez, you'd indicated that you had wanted to make some comments.
Through the chair, excuse me, could you get
Oh.
a formal motion to close the public hearing, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll make a motion to close public hearing.
I'll second the
Second
motion.
that.
Staff, can we get a voice vote?
Commissioner Funka,
Aye.
Commissioner Gomez,
Aye.
Commissioner Patel.
Aye. The motion passes with 3 ayes. At this time, I'd open it up for the commission's discussion. Commissioner Gomez, you had indicated that you had wanted to make some comments.
Yeah, a few comments. I think an interesting point Commissioner Funke brought up with respect to the timeline, right, of the conditional use permit being maxed out at 5 years, and the fact that this has been now happening, over periods of chunks of time. And in just reading all the preparation materials, and I think for our broader community, not just the city of Brisbane, but the Bay Area community, that this particular operation, right, with San Bruno Mountain Nursery is providing an absolutely tremendous educational benefit, a community benefit, and environmental benefit. And I really think it would behoove us to be thinking even more longer term, like beyond just the 60 months ahead and everything. I really do think we've got to keep at the forefront the discussion around what is the longer term, I would even use the word institutional space to have this type of operation, not only again as a benefit to the community, to the surrounding area, as an educational resource, right? I think there's a lot that could be said here. Not necessarily in our wheelhouse, so to speak, but I just wanted to make sure I put those comments on the record and wanted to share that with everybody.
Commissioner Funke, did you have anything you'd like to comment on?
No comments of my own. Maybe to follow up on Commissioner Gomez's comments, would you have in mind another location or making it more permanent or durable in the location that it's at?
Just question to me, directed to me?
Yeah, I'm just wondering what you were thinking in terms of making it more.
Yeah, I think this is more. I think this is definitely more of a question to the broader community. I think with respect to both local, leadership, community leaders, the fact that we've got a nonprofit that's operating, this community. We could call it community benefit, community service, operation. Yeah, I can't speak to what the best location would be, right? It's been operating now, so we're operating into what would be, I guess, the started, we're in the
fourth term, yeah.
Yeah, right. So it's been going and evolving, and it's an interesting development to see them looking into expanding into tree. Tree production. I think that's a really important topic, and I've brought that up in previous conversations, and I think members of the community have as well. So location, I can't answer that, Commissioner Funke, as far as is this the best location for it? I don't know. I think that's more of a question for a lot of us to be discussing and identifying.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like it'd be an interesting endeavor for the city to take on, to find a permanent location, so they don't have to ask for a 5-year renewal every 5 years, I guess. And
right,
maybe they could do it in conjunction with the community garden or something, so that the two can work off of each other. I don't know.
Do we have an opportunity, Chairman Patel, to ask city staff any, because it just popped into my mind now, a question to city staff. If we've ever studied alternative locations, has anything ever occurred in the last 10, 15, 20 years?
Through the chair, I mean, certainly this is not a organization that has a lot of resources for relocating facilities like this. I think the idea is having, once they had a facility built, which was primarily on donated materials and not the kind of thing that they'd probably want to relocate unless they needed to. So I think this location, to my understanding, has suited their needs quite well over the last few years. Certainly when the broader specific plan entitlement comes through, if there's an opportunity to either make that a more permanent facility or alternate sites within the Baylands is certainly something that's pretty easily accomplished. Moving it off the Baylands is more complicated because of ownership and making arrangements with other property owners potentially, or finding city property that would be suitable. So I think the thought to date has been to ensure its continued operations on the Baylands site, if not at this location, to an alternative location. But again, through the planning process, you'll have the opportunity to weigh in on that.
Sounds good. Is there any more discussion? Seeing none, can I get a motion? It seems as though we're all in agreement that we were going to vote yes on this. So saying that, is there a motion to approve permit 2021-UP-2?
I'll make a motion to
Yes.
approve it.
Oh, all right. I second.
Staff, can we get a voice vote?
Commissioner Funke,
Aye.
Commissioner Gomez,
Aye.
Commissioner Patel.
Aye. The motion passes with 3 ayes. Anyone may appeal the action of the Planning Commission to the City Council. Except where specified otherwise, appeals shall be filed with the City Clerk not later than 15 calendar days following the Planning Commission's decision. Exceptions to the 15-day filing period include the following. Appeals shall be filed within the City Clerk within 6 calendar days of the Planning Commission's actions for use permits and variances, and 10 calendar days for tentative maps and advertising sign applications. An application form and fee is required to make a formal appeal. For additional information, please contact the City Clerk at area code 415-508-2110. Moving on to new business item D. Staff, can we get a presentation on 2000 Sierra Point Parkway? Grading review 2021-EX-4. Sorry, Ken, you're on mute.
Okay. Well, technical issues there. I think we've got it. You can see the image okay?
Yes.
Okay. This application is for Planning Commission review and recommendation to the city engineer for approximately 438 cubic yards of grading from 2000 Sierra Point Parkway, with most of that volume being exported off the site. Note that the thresholds for Planning Commission review is 250 cubic yards of grading, total balanced on site, or 50 cubic yards to be exported off the site. The grading is proposed to accommodate a new monument sign, flags, and landscaping at the southwest corner of 2000 Sierra Point Parkway. In May of this year, the Planning Commission approved a sign permit which allowed for the replacement of the existing monument sign with a new sign for the towers buildings at this location and the location just behind it. This new signage, along with the landscaping, would be to coordinate with the Shore Biotech campus across the street to the south. And so this side is the northern one, the Shore is the southern corner here. However, following that planning commission approval of the sign permit, the applicant submitted for a building permit for that, and the documentation showed that the grading for the sign placement and landscaping would meet the thresholds for planning commission review. Normally, we would have packaged that all together for the planning commission at one time. The proposed grading would serve to drop the elevation of these previously approved features by approximately 2 feet. Although the depth of the grading is fairly shallow, the area is large enough that it meets those thresholds for planning commission review. In 2003, the Planning Commission adopted guidelines for reviewing grading permit application that can contain findings for permit approval. Those findings were provided in the agenda report, and in brief, the application meets these findings or they're not applicable. As discussed in the report, the grading for the sign and landscaping design fit comfortably with the site to provide a cohesive gateway that matches the site to the south. There are no retaining walls proposed, and it would not result in removal of street trees or protected tree species. The palm trees at this corner would be replaced with ginkgo trees, and that was previously presented and approved as part of that sign permit. So in closing, staff recommends that the Planning Commission approve grading permit 2021 EX4 via adoption of the resolution, which would recommend city engineer approval of the grading permit. If you have any questions, I'm happy to take them.
Commissioner Funke, do you have any questions for staff?
I don't have questions.
Commissioner Gomez, do you have any questions for staff? No. Okay. I have no questions for staff either. Staff, do we know if the applicant is here and would like to address the commission?
I see he's in a room with us. I'll leave it to him. And you are on mute, Chris.
Nicely done, Ken. I don't really think I have anything else to say. It's really just from a grading and design perspective to match what we're doing at the shore, which is across the street. But yeah, I think that's about it.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate your comments. I'd like to at this time open up the hearing for, open up this discussion to public hearing. If staff could set a 2-minute timer.
Fifteen seconds left. Okay, time's expired.
Seeing no requests for public comment, I'll make a motion to close the public hearing. Would there be a second to that?
I'll second.
Thank you. Staff, can we please have a voice vote?
Commissioner Funka,
Aye.
Commissioner Gomez,
Aye.
Commissioner Patel.
Aye. I'm going to open it up now for commission discussion. Commissioner Funke, do you have any comments?
No, I have no comments. It seems very straightforward to me.
Yeah. Commissioner Gomez?
Yeah, equally. I really don't have anything substantial. I think we've had previous discussions about the I guess I would say the adjacent developments, and all of my review of the prep materials seemed consistent from the previous discussions on this matter. So I don't, Chairman Patel.
Yeah, I agree. We've seen this particular piece of property come through the commission several times, and we've seen this particular project taking plan, and I don't have any questions either. So at this time, would there be a motion to approve the grading review 2020? Sorry, would there be a motion to approve grading review 2021-EX-4?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Is there a second?
I second that.
Staff, can we have a voice vote, please?
Commissioner Funka,
Aye.
Commissioner Gomez,
Aye.
Commissioner Patel.
Aye. The motion passes with 3 ayes. Anyone may appeal the action of the Planning Commission to the City Council, except where specified otherwise. Appeals shall be filed with the City Clerk not later than 15 days following the Planning Commission's decision. Exceptions to the 15-day filing period include the following. Appeals shall be filed with the City Clerk within 6 calendar days of the Planning Commission's actions for use permits and variances, and 10 calendar days for tentative maps and advertising sign applications. An application form and fee is required to make a formal appeal. For additional information, please contact the City Clerk at 415-508-2110. There don't seem to be any items initiated by staff. Are there any items that would like to be initiated by the commission?
Actually,
Nothing from my
staff.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I'll chime in on one item. So just a reminder, I'm not sure if any of the commissions were able to attend the meeting last night offered by Let's Talk Housing, the 21 Elements group, but there's just a reminder, there's another one coming up in 2 weeks. It's Wednesday, the 27th. And then another in November 10th, and then December 1st. And so if you didn't get a chance, I think these are good foundational kind of sessions to log in. They're recorded, and so you can log in and still view it after the fact. And about an hour 15 for each of those. So just kind of draw your attention to that.
Yeah, I did go to the one last night, and I thought it was interesting. They have short presentations by a couple of experts and different stakeholders, and I thought it was good. There was one that caught my attention was from I guess it's Shane Phillips from UCLA, and he had some interesting perspectives, including. And there was a link to a short article he wrote in The Atlantic, which was about the importance of encouraging renting and not just kind of making it kind of a poor, a second choice to home ownership, as if home ownership is the only viable way to live, So he had great and very innovative solutions around that. Anyway, I'd recommend them. I think I'll go to the future ones as well.
Good to hear.
I had one other item, just a reminder. I'm sure the commissioners have seen that the city's 60th sort of birthday party or whatever you call it, incorporation party is coming up in October. So certainly, if you have the opportunity to participate, we hope to see you there.
Sounds fun.
And that's all I had.
Okay. Are there any items initiated by the commission?
Not for me.
I don't have any. Commissioner Gomez? Waving your head.
Not
no.
at this point. No, I'd wait till we have a full roster.
I mean, it's only 8 o'clock. You guys want to just hang out for a little bit? Should we? No?
It's
I
the
need
game
to
is
be
so
watching the Giants game.
Oh, that's going on tonight. That's right. It's
There's
not
nothing
the last
happening.
one or anything, right? Okay. Well, do we have to move to adjourn the meeting, or is okay? Seeing that we've gone through the entire agenda, I adjourn the meeting to our regular next scheduled meeting of October 28th, 2021 at 7:30.
Great. Thanks, everybody.
See everyone.
Thank you. Good night.
Night.
Good
Good
night.
night.